Dude Afraid family. Welcome to our very first Dude Afraid conversations where we sit and just unpack different things and stuff that we went through during the year. And as I said, that this is a space whereby we hold each other accountable, and we just become people that do things afraid. Yeah, so today I am here with my girl. Her name is Lebogang.
Yeah.
Gang is word. So we're gonna have a conversation with each other whereby we just unpack things, man. Things about life in general. There is basically nothing we're not gonna speak about.
Oh, everyone.
Okay, maybe some things we won't touch, you know.
Dab.
Yes, this is just an open space. It's a safe space.
It's a safe
It's
space.
a very safe space.
I'm gonna try and make it
So,
safe.
my girl,
Yes.
how are you?
Give fine. Give thanks. You right.
Thirsty.
But it's safe. But it's safe.
It's
I'm
so
alright.
great to have you.
I'm alright, man.
Thank you so
Have
much.
me one. That's exactly the question that everybody's gonna ask. Have
No, but no
Gosh,
one knows who to want
Usho?
to. No, but who knows?
Everybody who knows you.
No, I want in.
Okay. But it's
Guys, merchandise. Please get yourself one.
Hey.
Amazing. You know.
It comes in all shapes,
Listen.
forms, sizes.
You can chop it.
See now,
You
no
can make it
5XL. Now.
No, what does we really have it. I don't know why I'm laughing. You can just like it.
Okay, with 3. Spell it out with 3XL.
But yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's get on it.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
love it. So,
I'm gonna be going.
okay,
I don't know why I always sing like
get
this.
onto it.
It's such a bad thing to do, but hey. If it's not singing, it's dancing. If it's not dancing, it's doing something else.
All right. So, let's speak about what's that thing that you did afraid, your first time experience this year.
Yeah. This year, guys, I have been saying that I think I've literally lived multiple lives this year.
Like, got the vibes.
Mfana. Angifanga what? Angifanga ngafa. Disco lights. Okay, anyway. No, like multiple lives as in the year started well. The year went on actually I think I had first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, then fourth. I'm in the fourth quarter now. Fourth quarter is amazing, as I said. The first quarter, the year started. It was nice. It was good. Yeah, savangena. Hey, got April, ngati. What is it? What is this?
4.
I'm telling you. So in April, I think that's when I did the most Dude Afraid act. Do you call it an act? Whatever you call it. Yeah. When I quit my job. No. That's stupid. but it was good. It was good. Afraid, but did it anyway because I was just like, nah, this is not happening. This is not what I want. And I'm not in a great space and I don't like it. So I was like, you know what, again. Bye. Quit my job without a plan, of course. I mean, what other plan would I have? Yeah, so I did that. Quite afraid, but from family support and friends, I just thought it is what it is, and it needs to be done,
and it does what it do.
And it does what it do, and I did it. Excuse me. And yeah, I mean, quitting without a job is the most no, guys, no.
Yeah.
But anyway, did it with some faith.
Sure.
Walked into an unknown.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, whatever, man. Nkasizwe.
Ne.
Ke tla
And Modimo ke star.
one tlhalohanya. Boza he ha smaggy. So that's what I did, and it felt like a jump, but I knew I had to do it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't like what was going on. So I was like, you know what, unknown or not, I'm just gonna do it.
And how did it feel after you made it?
Ngakhala yo.
Yeah, man. I sasithi masihamba nawe siphetha amathishu.
Hi.
Kwakuyikwathini save. Slow time.
No, it was not the easiest things to do.
No, for sure.
That I can tell you. Sure. But I just felt like it's needed. Like I didn't have the strength to carry on in that path. Yeah. So I knew that if I don't have the strength to carry on in that path, I mean, there's no other way. I need to change the path. Sure. It's like you can't just go straight when you can feel and know that this is not the actual path that I want to take. So I was like, short Kev. And I shy me sharp Kev. Right. Unexpected. All of a Sunday.
Out of
the orange. When I called everybody to tell them that I'm going to quit, everybody was like, for real? I'm like,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I remember calling you and I'm like, Dods, I will not allow. No. I'm like, dude, you have strength to go through this every day. I don't. I'm just gonna peace out.
I remember you saying
it's
not your grace.
Yeah, I'm like, it's not
my grace.
I'm like, it's not my grace. I'm like, Dods, I tell you, if you go to work every day about kakisa and you can still do it, kudos to you. But me, I can't. Sure. And I mean, I'm like, drop mic. I must
say, I think when that process took place in your life, I was daily inspired, you know when you're like, hey, ngiyafisa kodwa.
Yes.
Ngiyafisa kodwa.
Yeah.
You know, when you're just overthinking every single thing that would take place. You know, so I was very happy for you when you did that.
Well,
because guys,
yay.
Mental health,
it's
corporate bullying.
Yeah, we are not touching that. Yeah, we are not touching that. But but that's exactly what happens or builds your afraid.
For sure.
What builds you afraid is the overthinking, is the trying to analyze everything. Yes. The one thing about the unknown is exactly that is unknown. So no matter how much you may think about it or try to analyze it or unpack it, you don't know it.
And you really do not.
So either we jump or nothing. Exactly. Because you don't know what you're doing.
Yes.
When I took that decision, I didn't know what's coming tomorrow. I didn't know where I would be next month. Sure. I didn't know what's gonna pay what next month. I was just like, you know what, whatever, man. And but yeah, anyway, there's some bliss in the unknown as well. I will not I will not lie. Yeah. There's some bliss in not knowing. Yeah. I would just sleep and be like, Lord, I don't know what I'm gonna eat tomorrow, but you know. You. Yeah, it's like whatever, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's the afraid thing that I think I did. Like the biggest afraid thing that I've done. I mean, launching my YouTube channel was like a little bit of an afraid. It was like afraid on a small scale.
Discomforting.
Yeah, it was like small scale. Well, I don't know what this will come to be. Like I don't know how people, and also you are putting yourself out there, right? So that was the only thing I was like, okay, do you realize that you are actually putting yourself out there? Like you not trying, but like you being a YouTuber is opening up like yourself to the world. But I was like, afraid, yes. Uncomfortable, yes. But we're going to do it anyway.
But what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was just like, fire away.
No, I
Publish
love
the thing.
Let's
What's in
launch.
Bona.
So
Yes.
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it so much. Love it.
What do you think you did afraid this year? I would say, if I were to answer for you, I would say that your afraid was last year. Marrying a man.
No, actually, you know what? If we were to look at it, from the past couple of years, actually coming to think of it, because I remember my first time that the Do It Afraid thing was launched to my spirit, right before it came to the world, for the world to experience, was when I had to overcome my fear for heights.
Yes, I remember that.
Right?
I remember that.
And then from there, it was having to overcome my fear of marrying a stranger, which is a guy, which is a man, now my husband.
Yes.
I was so afraid.
Yes.
You know what? You know why, rather? The reason I think I was so much afraid is because, siyazizwa igaxa zemishado izinto ezenzakalayo, you know, and then just like faith, fear also comes by hearing. Yes, and the constant things that we hear from stuff that happens around. So that is what was then a build up to me fearing what if I fall? But I was like, what if I fall? Now bega ke papa njengebheti ban.
Right, guess one.
Yeah. But coming back to your question, something that I wouldn't say I did afraid, but I was faced with the situation whereby I had to do it afraid. So long story short, I get married December 15th. Amazing day, everything was great. 6 months down the line, I lose my job. Hey guys, hey, 6 months down the line, I lose my job.
Yeah.
And so I could see it coming. It's Nathi la kuyeza, you know. And I could see it coming with, okay, this is what is about to happen. And I think just to create a bit of context around it, I think my biggest fear when it comes to losing my job was not around the fact that I have lost my job, right? But it was around the fact that I am losing my job and I'm about to depend on my husband.
Yes.
So that's another thing that I would say it stemmed from, I don't want to use the word trauma, but it's rather an upbringing. Yeah. Because if you can remember, from my upbringing, I lost my dad when I was 6 years, right? And I've never been in a position whereby I needed a man personally. So the only thing I've seen is women working. Which my mom and my
surrounded by feminine energy.
We are born and work.
So it's a new thing to depend entirely on another gender.
On
the other gender.
Woo! Futhi le enye gender. Siyazi sonke kodwa sikho lapho. So this now opened up this thing for me. Okay, throughout my life, I've been in a position whereby every single day when I wake up, I'm like, I am working so that I never get to depend on another person. True. Right? Yeah. And
that very thing that
that was driving me throughout my years now is like the source is being shut down. Yes. And thank God for my husband. So 6 months down the line, I lose my job again. We're not gonna
dwell
too much
on that.
On the losses, because the restoration took place.
Come on,
Shabaya. So I lose my job, and then while in that situation and the grass and the grease and the gross of losing my job, now I come across this clip from a certain female pastor that says the giants you refuse to slay
Yeah.
right now, your children may have to slay.
Okay, yeah,
That's when I decided to fight. Because for those who know me, I'm not a fighter. I struggle to fight.
Yeah.
So by me fighting, that's when I went to CCMA. Ngathi yazini bangijoyela lapho. Ngathi phekwabo.
Full force. Full force.
And then I went to CCMA. Things happened. I'm not going to discuss what happened as well. But that step for me was the greatest. Like, it was a big, huge step for me. The fact that I had to fight, it took so much from me.
Yeah.
So I think for me, that was what I did afraid this year.
And that, I think, it's the difference that I had in my story.
Sure.
Because I didn't have the strength to fight.
Nah.
I was like, no.
You were like, oh, this. And
I just acted like a brat, literally. I was like, you know what?
I don't need your...
This is not my portion. I just gonna peace out. Because I could have fought.
Exactly.
Right? I could have fought,
sure.
but I was like,
yes,
nah.
Yes.
So that's where the difference in the journey is. Because you probably needed to fight. I was just like, I'm not fighting this. I am definitely not fighting this.
Sure.
I am not alright. I don't like it. I'm leaving.
Get right.
Peace out.
Right. You
Yeah.
know,
May the peace of God be with you.
come on, somebody.
Nah, I'm...
Ngihambile out of here.
But you know what I now ask myself is that in hindsight, firstly, when a person is doing something afraid like this, how does your prayers sound like?
Afraid like you or afraid like me?
Like you.
Like me.
Yes.
Okay, when I have to go and
You're afraid, you are
yeah.
doing something, but
Sure,
obviously
sure.
prayer is part of your life.
Sure.
I just wonder what your prayers sound like, because mine are like, "La, what is this?"
Funny enough, mine was also like, oh, Father. Because you know what? There's one thing about my first time experiences, it will always hit you.
Yes.
When there's no point of reference, when you've never been
Yeah.
there before. However,
Yes.
my prayer life, I remember there was a specific prayer I used to make. Ngangithi, those who trust in the Lord will never be put to shame.
Come on.
Ngangithi bonke abathembela kuJehova abasoze bajabhiswa.
Yes.
Wawumkhuleko wami every day, Lord.
Yeah.
And then I would say 1,000 may fall.
Yeah.
10,000 on my right hand
Yeah.
side, but nothing will touch me because
Yes. Oh, my Lord.
because you know what, at the end of the day,
Yes.
siyazi ukuthi umqalisi nomphelelisi, and what God begins, he will always back. So I think my husband always says this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna mention him a lot. Yeah. So he always says during that process, guys, mina mangowa engakhuleka bafethu. I would pray 3 times a day.
But
And mawuphelela ubuthongo, you like phekwayi. Thi baba yimfuthi.
Yes.
Mawuthi
Yes.
baba, I come before you
Yes,
again.
yes.
So I think I strengthened myself in the Lord.
Yeah.
And then because I was weak everywhere else.
Yep.
Like literally,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
when you don't know, okay, why is this happening?
Yes,
Also,
yes.
you know, when something,
makes sense.
yeah, it was too sudden for me.
Yes,
But
yes.
But yeah, yeah. And how were your prayer life?
I think
were your prayer points?
mina ngihamba ngefaith. Mina say, I trust you, Lord.
Oh, hallelujah.
I trust you, Lord.
Yeah.
I trust you, Lord. Because I think that was one thing that so my perspective in the going, my perspective was faith.
Yes.
My perspective was faith.
The substance
it was
of things
not
hoped for.
Yes, it was. I was trying not to worry.
Yeah.
I was trying not to fret. I was trying not to make plans. My plans. Like literally trying by all means to not try to, when you try to make your own plans. Yeah.
Sure.
I was trying not to make my own plans. I was trying not to worry. At some point, I thought to myself, are you suppressing worry? Like, are you stepping on feelings just because you want to, want to let faith be the overarching thing? But I found myself, like, keep on saying, I trust you.
Yes.
I trust you. I trust you. Like,
you alone.
Like, you alone.
I
don't have no one else. I have nothing else. Nje, naki kitserwa na fela. That's all I used to say. And I would have people, friends, family, everyone that knew, calling me, trying to pick me up, and then ending up with them picked up from what I say. Because I was just like, ke tshwere e ya faithy. I'm holding on to the faith one. Relax. I don't know how many times I had to tell my mom, relax. Relax. Because as a parent, she wanted to make plans. She was like, what about the car? What about the wine? I'm like, relax. Because also, in the faith and trying to protect us as much as possible, as I'm saying, I tried not to worry. I gave my energy into not worrying and not overthinking stuff. So I would keep on having to say, I had to keep on saying to people, to myself, and to everyone that, get sharp. Sawara.
I love that.
Get sharp.
Sure. And I remember, funny enough,
yes.
when I lost my job, actually, this is the first time my mom would know that I once lost a job. I didn't even tell her. My mom does not know that there was a position or a point in my life where I lost my job. Because if that woman knew, there was a balanda. She was gonna fetch them.
Yes.
However, for me, I'm just reflecting Kulento Osho right now about what your mom used to say. So for me, the reason I decided, because it was just a conscious decision for me not to tell her, was because I knew that she would have questions for me that I didn't have answers for. And those questions would instantly
get you into panic.
Into panic. Because angazi nami.
I don't know nothing.
I
don't know nothing. Me, I even told debt collectors that I don't know. But when do you think you're gonna pay? I'm like, I don't know.
That's kring.
Angazi.
That's uzokoka
nje.
That's ubuyani.
I'm telling you, I was just like, you know what? I need to tell them. Guys. I need to tell them that I am unemployed and I am trying. When I get the money, you will have it.
You know one thing about faith that will always pick up with faith doesn't make sense.
No, logic.
As long as it still has some logic in it,
I'm telling you, there is no logic in that.
There is
but actually, with what you say that you chose not to tell your mom, it is quite important as well when you go through like a faith journey. It is important to choose the people that you tell, and then the people that you don't tell.
Sure.
Maybe some people will find out later or whatever. But when you, especially with this radical faith, because what I did was
unwavering,
stupid. Was stupid. But it was radical. Stupid. I mean, not stupid as in like you didn't like think foolish. Or whatever. It's not foolish. It doesn't make logical sense to a smart person.
Exactly.
You can't tell a smart person
that you are leaving your job.
That you are leaving your job and you don't have a plan.
Exactly.
Because they pissed you off 2 weeks ago. Literally. They pissed you off 2 weeks ago. And this like, thing has been just going on for only 2 weeks. And you're like, you know what, actually, I don't like it. You know? It wouldn't make logical sense. But it was radical. I thought...
Sure.
This is it.
Sure.
Would I do it again? Let's stick to bungee jumping. And paragliding.
Yeah.
Snorkeling. So that's it. Do those.
Afraid.
If you're afraid of snakes, go touch a snake.
Don't do this at home.
I don't recommend. I don't recommend it. But there is a point in your life where something will only make sense to you.
However, you know what? One thing about your situation and your journey that has taught me, I would do what you did.
Okay.
I didn't have the courage to do what you did.
I don't know why you don't leave your job. Maramina,
You know why? One thing that my journey taught me is that you must never, ever, ever stay in an environment where you are not valued.
Yes.
Zero.
Yes.
Balega.
Yes.
When you see that your value is not seen.
Yes.
Because when your value is not seen, you will shrink automatically.
Yes.
So you bloom well when you are in a space where you are valued and seen and recognized.
Thank you.
So once ubona nje ukuthi abantu baqala ngamehlo njengamanzi ophuthu.
Bona.
Baleka.
Be on your feet.
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
I think actually that's what pushed me. What pushed me is me feeling like niyangazi nina kodwa.
Ngiyazi ukuthi ubaba ngubani.
Hi Lena, like I said, don't treat like a na. I keep it has to bale. Na guys, na lang kitna. Sure. It's like I want kitna. I keep a wondering, who am I? Whomst.
Come on, somebody.
I am whomst me. And to those that actually took some time to ask me, I did tell them naga wana mudimishin.
Come on, somebody.
Nagi wana nagi sharp. Nagi sharp. They were like, and a lot of people were quite encouraged.
Sure.
Yeah, with what I did. They were quite inspired as well. And I realized that, okay, I think people, can't get to that point.
Sure.
And because I got to that point, it was like, what? You can get to that point. You can actually leave your job. And I was like, yeah, I think you can. I mean, I don't recommend it, but when it needs to happen, it needs to happen.
No, love it. Love it.
No, guys.
So, what? It's a lot.
A lot.
It's a lot. So what has that entire journey taught you? What did it teach you, rather?
If there's anything that I have learned from this, is that our provision really comes from God.
Sure.
And I think for a long time, because of the system and everything that we do, we have sort of placed our livelihood on our jobs, or what we can do, or what. But our provision really comes from God. And no, man. Also, as we just said already, take care of yourself. You really need that. You really need that. Some of the things you will not realize that are crushing you until you are later on and deeper into this thing, and you're like, actually, I'm crushed. I always say, and you're not hearing this for the first time, as a friend of mine, I always care about what Lebo thinks of Lebo.
Sure.
And if Lebo starts feeling somehow about Lebo, then we have a problem. So always pay attention to how you feel about you.
Love it.
If you are coming out of the house and you don't feel like you are the greatest, if it's the outfit that is not giving, go change it so that you step out of the world feeling yourself.
Yes.
You need to feel. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. You all the time.
Yeah.
Because when you don't, somewhere somehow you are short. You are short, man.
Love that. Actually, you just reminded me of something that I was thinking of a couple of weeks back. It's a general statement that is often made, which you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yes.
So what I realized, Guti, as much as we always want to keep going, but when you are pouring from an empty cup, you are not doing yourself a favor, nor are you doing the receiver a favor.
Yes.
Because you're not giving them your best.
No.
Because you are not at your best.
Yes.
Also.
Yes.
So it's very important for you to fill yourself up
Yes.
with the things that make you happy. If you are not valued where you are at, jump. Do it afraid.
Yes.
So I love what you just said, Wuti. Just if you're not feeling yourself, if you are not at your best potential
Don't
as a person,
stop.
you know?
Yeah.
Because you're not doing anyone a favor
Yes.
by just showing up for the sake
Half.
of showing up, which is what I did.
Yes.
Because I think one thing that I always took pride in, futhi manje, shame angihlangani, is the fact that I built, so I have a strong staying power. Futhi, you know this, I mean, I can't cut people off, guys. Yo, ngiyahluleka. Yo, I need that grace. Leyo, baba, ngegama lika Jesu. Because I can't cut people off, and I also can't leave places. So I failed to leave when I was not being treated well.
Yes.
Because by nature, ngiyahluleka.
Okay.
You know,
Yes.
something has to be like, mele ngiqanyulwe.
Yes.
So mina, I'm not the one who carries the scissor and says, cut.
Yes.
This I can't do. So I spent most of my time running on flat and pouring from an empty cup because nothing was really filling
Hoping
me.
for the best.
Exactly. Guys, and when the best comes from God. So I remember during my season, that time, every morning I used to say, top of the morning, it's a good day to have a good day. That was my life. Top of the morning, it's a good day to have a good day. And I would encourage the next person. Whoever saw it thought I was encouraging them. But I was encouraging
Yourself.
myself. Because I needed it more than the
please,
person
just give
who
me
was
one
viewing
good
it.
day.
I'm like, God, you will not leave me, nor will you forsake me.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is what I used to do, not seeing, because I'm like, ngihleli la, ngizinza ukuzinza. Kanti that situation would keep stealing and taking from you until you are completely flat and out and dry.
Yeah.
So you need to pour stuff to yourself that are feeling to you so that you can be beneficial to the next person that receives you.
Actually, now that you say that, now that's what I'm afraid of.
Okay.
I jumped quick because I'm afraid of a point where I am flat.
Yes.
Where I'm finished.
Yabo.
I'm afraid of that.
Mina ngi-run flat.
When we are like,
let's go. Keep going. How far will you take me?
Exactly. Like how far will you abuse me? Like, no.
Actually, mina ngabe yazi ngaba yi-boxing what.
Once, yes. When you wanna come out of the ring. I know. I'm afraid of that. Like when I saw it coming also, I was like,
this is not it.
This is not it. I'm afraid of me thinking I'm not the greatest.
When you are
superstar worldwide.
And it shrinks you.
And I don't want to shrink.
I was shrunk, and it's crazy because one thing that I realized during that season, and I hope to whoever will watch this. One thing about staying in uncomfortable situations, more especially standing or experiencing corporate bullying or bullying of any sort, it will silence you because it shrinks you. It takes and steals away from your voice from you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So whose are you? Who are you?
Exactly.
So don't stay.
Do not.
Okay. One thing. To close this off. What are you grateful for 2023?
Yeah, quantum leap.
Oh, Shabaya. From failure to success. From lack to abundance.
Listen, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. Listen, no, it's been one good year. I don't want to lie. Like, I really don't want to lie. All of this that happened, it happened like
it worked together for your good.
Manje ngine-stories. Now ngiyangena would do it afraid. Wantlhlohanya. Yes. It was an adventure.
Yes.
It really was.
Sure.
It really was. There was a point of it I was like, "Yay, what is this?" But such an adventure, man. Wow. Such an adventure. Like, to be honest, I will look only to the silver lining of this year. To be honest. Sure. I mean, to be honest, like, I forgot the unemployment of it. And even in the unemployed days, na ke hopola fela having fun with friends all day,
Guys.
every day. like you can't like like I would sleep knowing that it's not like I'm sure get
Ne? Asilale ngo one.
Exactly. But like the second location, third location. Oh come on! How can you feel? I'm sure like now. I'm sure. So I didn't have all of that. I enjoyed this. Kunomunye umngani wami uthi mfana na I like this unemployed you. Horrible friends. But I enjoyed that time, man. I did. I really did. And I was grateful. I really was grateful. Ooh. For another day.
Love it.
For another day, I'll tell you. Like, there's just some songs that really soothe my heart. I was just grateful and loved every moment of it. But I think that just comes from my name, Vele. Everything.
Lebogang.
I always Lebogang me. That's the problem with me, or the challenge, or the acrimony of my life. Is that I will think.
If you were to sing a song right now, which song would you sing?
Kia Lebogang. Well, I'm like, so I was like, I'm grateful for the whole year. To be honest, I'm grateful for the whole year. 2023, I know a lot of people are like, whoa, 2023 was a bad year. I'm like, 2023 was a good year. It taught me a lot.
Yes.
It brought me closer to God. Sure. It showed me another life that I've never lived. Sure. I've never quit in my life.
Yep.
Without a job.
First time experience.
You know, I've never been in a position for only 2 months.
Yeah.
I see collab. But you know, there's a lot of I've never this year that I've experienced, and I loved it. And what were you grateful for, my girl?
Me.
Except for me, of course. Huh? And your husband. Yes.
Actually, my story wouldn't make sense or wouldn't be complete if I don't mention that guy.
Yes.
So I'm grateful, very grateful to God for my husband.
Yes.
Because one thing that I am so certain about is that God himself equipped him for the situation or the season that I was in.
Yeah.
Because you know what? Sometimes, we want to support people, but we don't know
how.
to.
Yes.
Like, he knew what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. I think the 2 months, I was unemployed for 2 months.
Yes.
It was the best time of my... I'm a housewife.
Yes.
Guys, ngivuka ekuseni ngikhuleke, you know? Mangiqeda ukukhuleka, ngibuyele, ngiyolala, ngivuke ngenze coffee. When he wakes up for work, I would have coffee, ngim'ayinele impahla, ahambe emsebenzini, nginephe. Mangiqeda ukunepa 10 o'clock ngiyavuka ngenzani ngiyageza ngishaya izinto zami ngima-right ngiyaphi
gym
yebo
uthi yoga
ngithi yoga pilates. You know,
there's a silver lining.
I buy coffee, I buy breakfast. Like, he made sure that for whatever I felt Tuguti I had run out of, which was provision that came from the job that I used to have. God made sure.
He didn't allow that your life changes.
Exactly. God made sure that this guy that is in my life provides for me exactly the way that I needed provision. Yes. Like, I didn't have to ask.
Don't change your life.
Yeah. So every day I was afforded the opportunity to go and buy coffee. Yes. You know, and afforded the opportunity not to be asked to go to namhlanje apply namhlanje just for me to be like, deal with whatever I dealt with. And I'm truly so grateful for that, because as I said, my biggest fear was around the fact that now I have someone that I need to depend on. And I never, even for a single moment, felt like ngumthwalo wakhe.
Yes.
So for that, I thank God, because I believe that only God could have done it, because he's just a human being, you know.
And human beings get tired.
Yes, they do. Yes. So it was through the grace that God granted him directly for him to be able to deal with me while I was dealing with such stuff. And another sideline gratitude is my mental well-being. Yes. For the fact that as much as I felt I had lost this great thing, but I didn't lose everything. I still had hope.
You didn't lose your
mind.
Because
another thing that the enemy does when we lose things is that he he magnifies the situation
Yes.
and makes you feel as if
Yes.
sekuphelile ngawe.
Yes, yes.
Kanti just tomorrow there's a miracle for you, because I can see as uNkulunkulu is a God of the next morning miracle. So yeah, just grateful for that. Gratitude all round. And we launched new stuff.
Come on.
No, it's just
Come on.
launches.
Come
Not
on.
afraid.
Yeah.
So nje, it's giving. So
Yes.
grateful for the experience, grateful for the year, and all that he has taught me, good, bad, ugly, but sise la simile and asindawo, because God is good all the time.
All the time. And
So
we love it.
Yeah, we love it very
Yeah.
much. Family, thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys enjoyed this amazing conversation that we had, and I hope someone learned something and someone will take something and do it afraid.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in. And
Yeah.
love you so much.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Yeah. Po, 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 po. Do
We
it
out.
afraid.
Yes, but
Do it.
full
Pegwabo.
force.
Abaniki chance.
Bona.
Love you guys.
Ena dilotsi.
Bye.
We out.